Women over 60 often experience a profound shift in how they perceive touch, intimacy, and connection, and yet many men remain unaware of the subtle ways their partners wish to be touched, craving a level of tenderness and understanding that goes far beyond what is typically spoken about. Because as we age, the skin becomes more sensitive and the emotional need for closeness intensifies. So the kind of touch that truly resonates changes dramatically compared to earlier years. And this creates a silent conversation between partners where desires are felt deeply but rarely voiced, leaving many women longing for gestures that speak volumes without words. And these touches are not necessarily about intensity or passion alone, but about the reassurance of presence, the warmth of acceptance, and the quiet acknowledgement of love and respect that come through gentle, mindful contact. And men who take the time to learn this unspoken language of touch can unlock a deeper level of intimacy that transforms their relationship in unexpected and beautiful ways, fostering a sense of safety and emotional fulfillment that encourages vulnerability and mutual care. And while many men may feel hesitant or unsure about how to approach this delicate balance, the key lies in sensitivity and attentiveness, listening not just with ears, but with eyes, hands, and heart. Because the places where women want to be touched after 60 often include areas that signal trust and tenderness, such as the back of the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the inner forearms, and even gentle caresses on the face. And these touches can awaken feelings of comfort and desire that are sometimes diminished by the stresses and physical changes that come with aging. Yet they hold the power to reconnect partners in ways that words alone cannot achieve. And it's important to remember that every woman is unique, and her preferences may shift from day to day, depending on mood, health, and emotional state. So maintaining open lines of communication, even nonverbal cues, can guide men to be more intuitive and responsive, cultivating a sexual and emotional environment that honors both partners' evolving needs. And many women also appreciate slow, deliberate touch that allows them to savor the sensation and feel truly seen and cherished, rather than hurried or mechanical contact that can feel impersonal or rushed. And this mindful approach to touching aligns with the natural rhythms of aging bodies, emphasizing quality over quantity, depth over speed, and connection over performance, which ultimately strengthens the emotional bond and reignites the passion that may have dimmed over time. And beyond physical touch, the power of small affectionate gestures, like holding hands during a walk, a gentle squeeze while sharing a conversation, or a reassuring touch on the knee, cannot be overstated, because these moments build layers of intimacy that nurture trust and closeness daily. And when men understand the significance of these seemingly simple actions, they open the door to a richer, more satisfying partnership that honors the full spectrum of love and desire experienced by women over 60. And embracing this perspective not only benefits romantic relationships, but also deepens friendships and family connections. Because the human need for touch and closeness transcends age and relationship type, reminding us that at the core of all meaningful bonds is the gentle, caring touch that says, "You matter to me." And this message becomes even more crucial as we grow older and seek comfort and connection in a world that can sometimes feel isolating. So learning to offer and receive touch with kindness, patience, and intention is a vital skill for anyone who wants to nurture lasting relationships filled with warmth and mutual respect. And in this light, the advice for elderly couples and individuals is to approach touch as a sacred form of communication, one that requires presence and empathy, inviting partners to explore and express their needs honestly and openly. And as you embark on this journey of discovery, you may find that the most powerful touches are those that come from a place of genuine love and care, transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences that celebrate the beauty of aging together with grace, tenderness, and passion. Understanding that every woman is unique and that preferences can vary widely is key when it comes to touching women over 60. Because while some may crave the soft, lingering touch of fingertips tracing along their collarbones or the delicate brushing of hair away from their face, others may respond more profoundly to gentle pressure on their lower back or slow, circular movements across the palms of their hands. And these varied responses are influenced not only by physical changes such as thinning skin, reduced elasticity, or decreased sensitivity in certain areas, but also by emotional factors like feelings of safety, trust, and being truly seen and valued by their partner. And it is these emotional undercurrents that elevate the act of touch from a mere physical sensation to a deeply meaningful exchange that nourishes the soul and fosters intimacy. And while many men might focus on more obvious erogenous zones such as the neck, ears, or inner thighs, it's often the less obvious areas, the nape of the neck, the sides of the rib cage, the gentle strokes on the tops of the feet, that can unlock waves of pleasure and emotional connection when approached with patience and attentiveness. And this subtlety is important because as women age, their bodies communicate differently, sometimes craving the slow, mindful attention that says, "I'm here for you," fully present and attentive, rather than quick or perfunctory gestures that can feel rushed or impersonal. And when men learn to slow down and tune in to these nuanced signals, whether it's a slight relaxation of the shoulders, a softening of the gaze, or a gentle sigh, they can respond with the kind of loving touch that feels healing, affirming, and deeply satisfying, creating a virtuous cycle of desire and connection that enriches their relationship beyond physical pleasure. And communication plays a critical role in this process, because many women may hesitate to express their needs directly due to cultural conditioning, fear of rejection, or simply not knowing how to articulate the new sensations and desires that come with aging. So cultivating a safe space where questions and exploration are welcomed without judgment can encourage openness and mutual discovery. And this collaborative approach to intimacy helps partners rediscover each other in fresh, exciting ways, nurturing a sexual relationship that evolves beautifully with time rather than fading. And it's also important to recognize that hormonal changes after 60, such as lower estrogen levels, can influence sensitivity and lubrication, which means that gentle, prolonged touch is often more pleasurable and effective at building arousal than more aggressive or hurried contact. And incorporating techniques such as warm oils, soft fabrics, or even a shared bath can enhance comfort and relaxation, allowing women to fully enjoy the sensory experience. And men who show willingness to adapt and learn these subtle but impactful adjustments demonstrate respect and care that strengthens emotional intimacy, which in turn fuels physical desire, creating a holistic cycle that honors the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, and beyond the bedroom. The power of daily non-sexual touch, like hugs, hand-holding, or a comforting arm around the shoulder, cannot be overstated in maintaining connection and emotional warmth. Because these simple acts release oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which reduces stress and deepens bonding, laying the groundwork for more satisfying sexual encounters. And many women report feeling more desired and connected when their partner consistently offers these small but meaningful gestures, reinforcing that touch is a language of love that transcends age and circumstance. And as couples cultivate this language together, they build resilience against the challenges that come with aging, such as health issues or changing energy levels, and create a joyful, supportive intimacy that uplifts both partners. And it's worth noting that exploring new types of touch and sensual experiences can reignite passion and curiosity, because aging does not mean desire disappears, but often it simply changes form. And trying new things like massage, featherlight strokes, or even gentle play with temperature contrasts like warm hands followed by cool touches can awaken new sensations and create moments of delightful surprise, adding excitement and novelty to the relationship. And embracing this spirit of playful exploration together helps couples remain connected not just physically, but emotionally and mentally, keeping their bond vibrant and alive. And for men, this journey of learning how to touch their partner in ways that feel meaningful and pleasurable is also a gift to themselves, because the act of giving attentive, loving touch cultivates empathy, patience, and deeper understanding that enrich all areas of life, fostering greater fulfillment and happiness. And as you integrate these insights into your daily interactions and intimate moments, you'll notice a beautiful transformation not just in your partner's responses, but in the overall atmosphere of your relationship, where love and desire flow freely and naturally. And this is the true power of touch for women over 60. Not just to ignite passion, but to nurture connection, healing, and joy that lasts a lifetime, reminding us all that sensuality and intimacy are timeless gifts meant to be cherished and cultivated with kindness, curiosity, and an open heart. As the journey into understanding where women over 60 want to be touched continues, it is essential to remember that intimacy is not merely a physical act, but a complex dance of emotions, memories, and mutual respect. And as women age, they often carry with them a wealth of life experiences, joys, and sometimes wounds that influence how they perceive and respond to touch. So the art of touch becomes a language of healing as much as desire, where every stroke, every caress, and every gentle press can communicate reassurance, safety, and unconditional acceptance, which is why taking the time to approach intimacy with compassion and attentiveness is critical, because it allows the woman to lower her defenses and fully immerse in the moment, releasing the tension that can inhibit pleasure and closeness. And many men might be surprised to learn that the feet, for instance, are a surprisingly sensitive and underappreciated area for women over 60, as the soles often hold tension from decades of standing, walking, or even emotional stress, and a slow, deliberate foot massage can stimulate nerve endings and promote relaxation that cascades throughout the entire body, enhancing receptivity to touch in other areas. And similarly, the scalp and behind the ears can be areas of profound sensitivity, with gentle finger massages or soft brushing providing a soothing effect that invites the woman to let go and open up emotionally and physically. And this gradual awakening of the senses sets the stage for more intimate touch elsewhere, allowing for a fuller, more satisfying experience that respects the rhythms and needs of an aging body. And it's also important to understand that many women over 60 may experience dryness or discomfort due to hormonal changes, which means that incorporating lubricants or massage oils during intimate touch is not just a luxury, but a necessity for comfort and pleasure. And choosing natural, hypoallergenic products can prevent irritation and enhance the sensory experience. And the ritual of applying these oils can itself become a moment of connection and care, where the act of nurturing each other's bodies becomes a form of nonverbal communication that strengthens trust and intimacy. And men who take the time to learn about these nuances demonstrate a commitment that often deepens the emotional bond and enhances mutual satisfaction. And beyond the physical realm, mental and emotional stimulation also plays a critical role, because touch is most powerful when accompanied by contact, soothing words, or shared laughter, creating a multi-sensory experience that engages the whole person and invites vulnerability. And many women find that the experience of being truly seen and appreciated transcends the purely physical, fostering a sense of belonging and desire that renews their passion and joy. And this is why touch, when delivered with intention and respect, can become a sacred exchange, a moment where two souls connect and celebrate the beauty of aging together, embracing changes not as limitations, but as new opportunities for growth and pleasure. And cultivating this mindset transforms intimacy into a lifelong journey where curiosity, tenderness, and mutual respect become the guiding stars, leading couples to explore new ways of giving and receiving pleasure that are uniquely suited to their evolving bodies and hearts. And it's also crucial to recognize that after 60, energy levels and health conditions may fluctuate, so flexibility and empathy are vital, allowing partners to adapt their approach and pace according to what feels best on any given day. And this adaptability fosters a supportive environment where both partners feel valued and cared for, reducing pressure and enhancing enjoyment. And in addition, learning simple relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or gentle stretching before intimacy can help ease muscle tension and calm the nervous system, preparing the body to receive touch more fully and with greater pleasure. And incorporating these small rituals into one's routine creates a holistic experience where physical touch is supported by emotional and mental well-being, amplifying the benefits of intimacy. And many couples report that this comprehensive approach not only improves their sexual satisfaction, but also enhances overall quality of life, fostering deeper connection and happiness. And as men become more skilled in understanding and responding to their partner's needs, they often discover new facets of themselves as well, developing greater patience, empathy, and a richer appreciation for the subtleties of human connection. which ripple out into all areas of life, improving communication, reducing conflict, and building a foundation of love that withstands the tests of time. And when both partners commit to this ongoing learning and growth, they create a relationship filled with warmth, passion, and resilience, proving that intimacy after 60 can be as vibrant, fulfilling, and joyful as at any other stage of life, if not more so. And ultimately, the secret lies in embracing the fullness of the experience. The physical sensations, the emotional exchanges, and the shared moments of tenderness that weave together to form a beautiful tapestry of connection and love that honors the journey of aging with grace, respect, and heartfelt desire. And as the quiet wisdom of age continues to unfold within a woman's body and soul, so too does her understanding of what it means to be touched not just by hands, but by presence, attention, and sincere intention. Because for women over 60, true intimacy is no longer about performance or pleasing someone else. It's about connection, fulfillment, and being honored in every sense of the word. And the greatest mistake anyone could make is assuming that aging equals a dulling of the senses, when in fact, for many women, the later years are when sensuality deepens, becomes more refined, more meaningful, more treasured. And this is why for any man who wants to understand where and how to touch a woman over 60, the answer will never lie only in technique or pressure points or mechanical stimulation, but rather in presence. The kind of presence that says, I'm here with you. I see you. I'm not rushing. I'm not distracted. I'm listening with my whole being, and it is this presence, this deep, unwavering attention that makes every gentle trace of a fingertip feel electric, every slow exhale across her neck feel like a whisper of love, and every shared glance a wordless affirmation of beauty and belonging. And in this space, the hands become instruments of reverence, offering warmth to aging knees, comfort to tired shoulders, and lightness to the soul that craves to be nurtured after decades of giving, caregiving, sacrificing, and now finally being given to in return. And when a man touches her lower back with tenderness, not urgency, or runs his fingers softly along her spine while she reads or rests, or cups her face gently before a kiss, he is saying in the quietest language possible, you are loved, you are safe, you are still desired. And that kind of touch reaches further than skin. It penetrates through years of insecurity or past trauma, unlocking the deep well of sensual power that lives in every woman, no matter her age. And so it is not only about where she wants to be touched, but about how she wants to be seen, fully, tenderly, without judgment or shame. And when touch comes from that place of sacred regard, then even her hands, which may have stiffened with arthritis or grown veined with age, begin to soften in yours. And even her belly, which she may have learned to hide or apologize for, rises and falls freely with breath, accepted and adored, and her eyes, once guarded or tired, begin to shine with the energy of youth, not because her body has turned back time, but because her soul has been reminded what it feels like to be chosen again, not despite her age, but because of it. And in these quiet yet powerful exchanges, where fingertips trail softly along the back of her knees, or a palm rests reassuringly on the side of her thigh, or her feet are held not as an afterthought, but as a sacred gesture of service and connection, something unspoken is restored. a kind of permission to feel deeply, to want, to enjoy, to let go. And for many women, this restoration is more healing than words, more intimate than sex, more meaningful than anything else, because it says, I honor the woman you are now, not just the girl you used to be, and I find beauty not only in your smooth skin or your softness, but in your courage, your resilience, your laugh lines, your strength, and this redefinition of touch as an act of love and presence and curiosity becomes the foundation for intimacy that does not fade with age, but grows richer with every shared year. And in that, both partners thrive, both learn, both are transformed, because when a man takes the time to ask with his hands instead of assuming with his habits, and listens with his heart instead of thinking with his impulses, he opens up a world of pleasure and trust that extends far beyond the bedroom and into every corner of their life together. And so whether it is a slow caress along the collarbone, or a patient hand resting on her heart, or a kiss on her inner wrist where her pulse still dances beneath the skin, the truth is this. Women over 60 don't need to be touched the way they were at 20. They need to be touched the way they are now, wholly, deeply, without rush or expectation. And when that kind of touch is given freely, with no agenda but love, it awakens not just the body, but the spirit, and reminds both partners that sensuality, when grounded in love and respect, is ageless, boundless, and one of the most beautiful gifts that can still be unwrapped every single day, regardless of how many birthdays have passed. And if that understanding can be shared between couples, between generations, between hearts, then perhaps more people will come to realize that aging is not the end of intimacy, but the beginning of a deeper, more soulful, more enduring kind of touch. One that doesn't fade with time, but instead becomes more precious because of it, and in the quiet hours of the evening, as bodies settle beside each other, not just in habit, but in devotion, it will be the memory of these small, sacred touches, not grand declarations, not wild passions, that remain etched in the skin and the soul long after the lights go out. And that, more than anything, is what women over 60 want to feel when touched. Not just pleasure, but presence, not just excitement, but connection, not just the touch of a hand, but the full-hearted devotion of someone who still believes that she is worth every moment, every breath, every slow caress. Even now, perhaps especially now, in this most beautiful chapter of all,